there everybody, Chris from Orlando here, and today with Mickey and Minnie finally getting their own ride-through attraction dedicated to them, it got me thinking, what other awesome Disney characters haven't gotten their own ride over the years? Disney has such a long list of iconic IPs that surely some have been left by the wayside. Basic rules first. If a movie or show has a ride about them out now or previously at any Disney park in the world, they're off the list. And confirmed rides like the ones they're making for Beauty and the Beast and Big Hero 6 also disqualify them from the list. And because it wouldn't be fun if I made them all classic, slow-moving Disney dark rides, I'll try to put some twist on most of them. And now, sit back while I do Imagineering's job for them as I run down the top 10 Disney IPs that should have their own ride at the Disney parks. Before we begin, pop quiz hotshot. Only 2 Disney IPs have rides dedicated to them at every Disney resort in the world. Can you guess what they are? Leave your guesses in the comments down below and leave a like and subscribe while you're down there and stick around to see if you're right. Number 10. Onward. So this movie just came out, so if it does get a ride, it probably won't be it for a while. Now, it will be hard to talk about what kind of ride I think this should be without getting into spoilers for the movie, but I will say this. A simulator ride with Guinevere as the ride vehicle, with Ian casting spells as you go along. I think it has potential. You might say recency bias is what put this on the list, but in all actuality it's because I'm a big D&D nerd and this is pretty much a D&D movie. Number 9. Gravity Falls. What? Did you think I was going to let the movies have all the fun? Gravity Falls has so many weird and fantastical things going on that you could easily fill up an entire ride with beloved characters from the cult hit. You can run into Dipper, Mabel, Grunkle Stan as they encounter gnomes, unicorns, and the undead. I think it would be cool if they had a digital copy of one of the journals on each of the ride vehicles that would allow you to interact with the ride in different ways. Of course, it would all end with a final showdown with the series villain, Bill Cipher. Hell, the line for the ride could literally just be the Mystery Shack. Plenty of weird things in there to pass the time waiting in line. Number 8. Mulan. So I had to think for a while for this one, but I think I came up with a good idea for the ride, based on the most iconic scene from the movie. Okay, most iconic scene without involving a musical training montage. The Battle on the Mountain. I'm thinking a thrill ride where you're recruited into Shang's army and are sent to scout the mountain ahead, only to be captured by Shan Yu and the Huns. But just as the Huns begin their attack, Mulan uses the firework to start an avalanche, and the rest of the ride is pretty much just a roller coaster as you try not to get buried in the snow. I mean, Disney already has 2 attractions about escaping a snowy mountaintop, so what's one more? Number 7. Atlantis: The Lost Empire. I can understand why this movie never got its own ride. It wasn't a commercial or critical hit when it came out, so it wouldn't make sense for Disney to waste money on a movie that a lot of people shrug their shoulders at. But that was before people started labeling it as one of the most underrated Disney movies of all time, so there's an audience out there, I think. How cool would it be if you got to control the Ulysses as you battle the Leviathan, or control one of those weird fish ships the Atlanteans have as you battle over the city? There's so much potential for an action-filled experience, it's almost a shame the movie wasn't a hit because we never got them. Number 6. The Emperor's New Groove. I mean, there's literally a roller coaster in the movie. Just do that! Picture it, after leaving the loading area, you see animatronics of Yzma and Krunk, with Yzma saying, "Pull the lever, Krunk." And when he does, the entire ride vehicle drops with Yzma, and hopefully all the fans of the ride screaming, "Ride lever!" before setting out on the ride proper. I mean, they drop ride vehicles at Hagrid's over at Universal, so it's absolutely possible. Look, it's either this or just ties to a log and throws over a waterfall. I went with the safer option here. Number 5. WALL-E. Pixar movies have a decent representation for rides at the parks, with most of their movies having at least one ride of some kind. I mean, Toy Story has at least one ride at every Disney resort. That's right, that's one of the answers from the pop quiz earlier. Most of the parks have some variation of Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin. Well done if you got that one. But one Pixar classic that doesn't have a ride is WALL-E. I'm pitching a trackless ride where you're in one of the by and large chairs they have everyone in the Axiom, and you have to help Wally and Eve get the plant back from Otto. During the ride, the chairs can separate and reconnect as you zoom through the ship. Disney loves them some trackless rides recently, so this one is right up their alley. Number 4. Wreck-It Ralph. Just let us race through Sugar Rush. That's all you really need to do, and you'll have a hit. But let's do what they teach you to do in traditions and plus it. Build your own car while waiting in line a la Test Track, and once you get racing, the track is attacked by King Candy and a swarm of Cybugs. You'll have to team up with Ralph and Penelope to save the day and win the race. Again, this is really obvious stuff, Disney. Why am I doing this for you? Number 3. DuckTales. With the ever-growing popularity of the DuckTales reboot, and side note, if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it when you're done here. Like, seriously, it is really good. I think it deserves a little bit more than just taking over the World Showcase game from Agent P. For the story, the villains, including Magica the Spell, Glomgold, and the Beagle Boys, have broken into Scrooge's money bin and stolen all the money. So it's up to you to help Scrooge and his nephews get it back. I'm picturing a shoot-style kind of ride where you shoot the money bags in order to score points. Mostly so that everyone who knows how to get Galactic Hero on Buzz already will have a new challenge. The final scene could be going through the money bin with Scrooge swimming around in it, and you can have cameos from other beloved characters from the show, like Launchpad, Darkwing Duck, and most importantly Gizmo Duck, because Lin-Manuel Miranda is a national treasure, and think about how happy he'd be if he got to do voice work for a Disney ride. That alone should be enough to approve this. Number 2. Tangled. For this, think something similar to Frozen Ever After, but you're in the boat from the lantern scene. Now, on the one hand, I understand why it shouldn't be a boat because it'd be weird as you go through scenes from the Snuggly Duckling and the tower, but on the other hand, it really should be the boat, shouldn't it? Especially when you come to the main event, which is, of course, the floating lantern scene. Oh my god, just picturing it is making me cry. You can even throw in a hill drop during the scene where the dam bursts. People love Tangled, so I'm confused on why they haven't done anything with it yet. Before we get to number 1, let's just wrap up this pop quiz. As already stated, one of the properties that's represented at every Disney resort around the world is Toy Story. But while Toy Story has many different types of rides to its name, the other answer only has the one, and it's at every park. The answer? Dumbo the Flying Elephant. Yep, no matter what resort you go to, you can always go see an elephant fly. Now on to number 1! The Princess and the Frog. Now, I said at the beginning I would try to avoid making as many of these movies' typical Disney dark rides as I can, but Princess and the Frog would make an amazing dark ride. Think of the scenes that would take place at Mardi Gras, going down the bayou, Matamodi's shack, the wedding at the end where Tiana and Naveen turn back into humans. And just imagine an entire room dedicated to Dr. Facilier and his friends on the other side. Oh yes, please and thank you all day long. You can even decorate the ride vehicle like Mardi Gras floats. You can even open up a Tiana's Palace next door. Disney, I'll be expecting my call for a role as an Imagineer soon. Thank you. So that's my list. Do you agree with my picks? Which Disney characters do you think should have their own ride at the parks? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Disney Parks videos. Also, you can follow me at Instagram at Chris_from Orlando. Come on over, y'all. I share memes. I'm Chris from Orlando, and I've clearly never heard of budget restraints. Take care, y'all. One love. Don't hurt nobody.